Have you guys ever received a gift from someone you absolutely love to death who had the greatest of intentions in getting you that gift, but that specific gift maybe isn't something you'll use or you like particularly? Whether it be at Christmas or birthday or anything like that. Well, yesterday my wife went to Walmart and she knows I love knives, and she did the sweetest thing in the world. She got me 2 knives. So the first knife she got me is Kershaw Leek, which is a great choice. I've never owned a Leek, and I love this design. It's a kin onion design. It's good steel. It's good quality materials. A really, really well-designed knife, the Kershaw Leek. The other knife she got me, she thought kind of felt the nicest, and it probably did feel the nicest out of all the knives at Walmart. You know, you don't have many options when it comes to knives at Walmart, except maybe a couple of decent Kershaws like the Leek, maybe a Gerber or 2, and a couple buck knives. The knife she got me is called the Gerber Highbrow Compact in gray. When she got me this, I opened it up and I'm like, okay, cool. Kind of a, variation on that Benchmade Axis, I guess. And I kind of started playing with it. The handle scales, I believe they're aluminum. And guys, I'll be honest, I didn't look up hardly any information on this knife. And you'll figure out why here in a second. But, it's about a 3-inch blade. I think it's just under 3 inches. It's aluminum handles. It has liners in there. It has that polymer back spacer. The clip seems fine, But guys, this knife is horrible. I don't know who designed it, but we're going to get into it real quick. And this is just going to be a quick review, and it's my first negative knife review. We'll start with a couple of the positives. First of all, the knife feels good. It feels like a sturdy, solid knife, and that's probably why she picked it up. It feels like a solid knife. It has aluminum handle scales, steel liners, so it feels like a knife that would be solid in hand and probably work well. Secondly, I don't hate that blade design. I guess it's kind of a drop point, sheep's foot, Warncliffe maybe, but it looks more of like a simple drop point, mostly straight edge with a little bit of belly at the top. So I don't hate that blade design. I think it would be fine in utilitarian tasks. Yeah, pocket clip is also okay. That's about where the positives end. Let's start talking about the negatives of this. Okay, so first of all, this knife has a safety. I know knife companies, they say, we care about our customers' fingers. We won't want them to cut them. I'm sorry, I don't want a safety on any knife, even an auto. I know, I can understand it. I can deal with it more on an auto, for just a safety feature. Usually you can glue them, but the way this safety works is you have to press it back to use the safety. To disengage the safety, and then the safety just feels, I'll put it up to here. It just feels cheap. It doesn't feel like it engages and stays engaged. So, when the safety's engaged, you obviously can't use it. Now, another thing that you would think would be positive is, it's kind of like a variation on the Benchmade Axis lock. So instead of using that flipper tab, it is assisted opening. You can just disengage that lock and then it'll flip open. Wrong. There's some mechanism blocking that from disengaging, so you can't open it like you would, an assisted opening Benchmade with an Axis lock. I don't know why this is designed this way. That safety is horrible too. I can't keep it engaged, but it is, and it's just a poor design. It seems like maybe it was designed by a bunch of people who were like, let's just put out a knife with a bunch of features that people might like on it. Maybe they'll be tricked with that Axis lock and think it's a Benchmade, or maybe they'll be tricked with the assisted opening. People will think it's something like a Leek or something. It's not. Another thing that I don't like is the assisted opening. It's really slow. It's not quick at all. Sometimes it doesn't even engage the right way. It's just it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel quick. It doesn't feel smooth. Another thing I really don't like about this is look how thick that is. I mean, Griptilians are probably about this thick. They have more blade length on them though. And to be honest, I'm not super fond of Griptilians. I don't think ergonomically they're fine, I guess, but they're thick in pocket, and they seem like they're thicker than they need to be. So yeah, it's a poorly designed knife. It seems like it was designed by a bunch of people sitting on a desk saying, yeah, let's throw this, this aspect into it. Let's throw a fake axis lock. Let's throw assisted opening so we don't have to have smooth, opening. Another thing, and I guess I can actually two more things. It's 7CR steel. 7CR isn't good. It's worse than 8CR, obviously. I haven't used 7CR, but from what I've heard, it's not a great steel. And for the price of about $30, there are so many other options you can get. You can get a Rat 1. You can get even like a Buck 110. You can get... Kershaw makes a bunch of stuff. If you want to get something, sorry about that. If you want to get something in 8CR, you can find something like that. It's just, it's to me, it's not worth the $30 at all. I don't think it's worth that in the price range, especially not with 7CR. This was American made and it was $420. I could see because production would be a little bit more expensive, but for, a knife that's overseas produced in 7CR, it just seems like a ripoff to me. And the last thing I want to talk about too, I don't know if you guys can see this. You should be able to, yeah. The scale is aluminum and it's one piece. It looks like it's two pieces though. Something about the finish on that, I guess they were like, well, this part of the handle will have more traction. There's no more traction. You can't even feel the difference. But it's a separate grind. It's a separate, this one's more of a matte. This one's more of a polished. I'm guessing it was intentional because of how consistent it is, but why? It doesn't do anything to the knife. It doesn't add anything to the knife. Anyway, the Gerber Highbrow Compact in gray, I haven't seen like any reviews on it, not any reviews on Blade HQ, on Amazon, on YouTube. Here's a review of it. It's terrible. And don't buy it. Spend your $30 on a Rat 2 or just something other than this thing. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. You'll be seeing some more reviews here soon. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one.